value. So multifamily transactions, something, as you're looking for some of the best bargains in the marketplace, a lot of people realize that values rose pretty dramatically this year. The commercial market in multifamily tends to trail single family and individual unit, values, sales figures, and we're starting to see a real flurry of multifamily transactions. I think the same thing we'll see in commercial real estate this year. I think we'll see a considerable improvement, more commercial properties selling, more improvement in their values, quicker sales. Certainly going to be more of the norm because, again, when the real estate market recovers from a residential perspective, the commercial real estate market usually follows it, a couple years back. So our recovery started a couple years ago. The commercial recovery should, continue plugging along. And, so speaking of which, there was a flurry of apartment deals at year end. Something that's pretty common. A lot of people buy and sell for tax purposes and want to close by the end of the year for certain tax ramifications. You saw a whole slew of apartment deals at the year end. A lot of these apartment deals are merely just bought to be rented because the rent numbers look good, because they're a good return or cap rate. However, there's certainly a lot of speculation out in the industry that a lot of the apartment buildings are going to be turned into condos again. We saw the huge run up of that in, from 05, 04, 05, 06, when you were having, and even probably into 07, you were having condominium properties turned from apartments into condos and sold as individual units because there was a lack of inventory and it was, easier money and demand and all those types of things. And I think that trend will continue as the single-family home prices rise. It gets harder and harder for first-time home buyers to compete, so they look for more affordable options, and there may not be as many condo opportunities out there. I'm hoping that the developers, investment trusts, and folks behind the condo conversions are more focused on having those HOAs and their financials in order and doing all the right things to make it easier for people to qualify for financing, because it is harder for a condo to get financing today. I think the hope is that those developers have learned from the mistakes of the past and know that new regulations are in place for condos, so they're going to put the HOAs in a place, in a place where they can succeed and sell to some of the first-time home buyers that are out there starving for inventory. I think those are options that buyers that are on a budget that maybe have been priced out of the market need to look for some great opportunities in the condo market. And I would suspect that we're going to start to see a trend of condo conversions starting this year, where apartments are going to go back to condos, because there's a segment of the market of first-time home buyers, especially in Tampa, around that $100,000 number, that are having a hard time finding a single-family home and competing with investors. And so there is a void in the marketplace that I think we'll see being met as the year progresses.